Welcome to this short tutorial over transformation basics with Mrs. Young. We'll go into detail on how to describe and perform the three basic transformations that we have learned so far. We've learned that a slide is known as a translation, a turn is known as a rotation, and a flip is known as a reflection in the mathematical world. With each type of transformation, there are specific details that need to be included when describing or performing each transformation. With translation, we need to know the direction and distance. With rotations, we need to know the center of rotation, the direction, and the degree it is turning. And with any reflection, we need to know what line of reflection it is reflecting over. Let's talk about translations. This is when we slide a figure without turning it. Every point in the figure goes the same distance and in the same direction. In a basic description of a transformation, we're describing what we see change from one frame to the next. Here you can see the E starts in the bottom left-hand corner and it slides without turning to the bottom right corner of the next frame. Describing translations on a grid gets a little bit more tricky. You have to include the direction and the distance that each vertex of the shape moves. In this description, we are describing how figure ABCDE moves to ABCDE prime. We are moving each vertex 6 units to the right and then 6 units down. Using trace paper as a tool to check your description is also an okay idea. We're going to go ahead and translate the figure 6 units to the right and 3 units up, paying attention to direction and distance. As you can see, I'm starting with point D and I'm translating it 6 units to the right and 3 units up, then plotting its new prime location. I'm going to do this with every point in the figure. As you can see, I'm labeling each prime point as I go along. I then use trace paper to check my answer, lining up the pre-image with the image after the translation. Let's talk about the next type of transformation, rotation. This turns a figure about a point called the center of the rotation. Every point in the figure goes in a circle around the center, making the same angle. For a basic description, we're describing a rotation on a plane. We're just looking at what direction it turns. You can see that the letter U turns clockwise to the right and is facing a different direction in the second frame. When describing a rotation on a grid, you have to pay attention to more detail. You need to know the direction, the distance, and the center of rotation. Here we can see the center is point C. We can see that the shape is turning to the left or counterclockwise to go from A to A prime. And we can see that there is a 90-degree angle that is created, which means it turned 90 degrees counterclockwise around center C. Remember, you can always use trace paper as a tool, but when doing a rotation, make sure your trace paper is lined up and parallel to the top of your page and to the side because it makes rotating a lot easier. Remember, each turn of your trace paper is a 90-degree rotation. We are now going to rotate triangle XYZ 180 degrees clockwise using vertex Z as the center of rotation. I use a couple different tools, one of them being my trace paper, lining it up so it's parallel, tracing my triangle, labeling it. I use a protractor to make straight lines, and then my pencil on the center of rotation. I'm rotating my trace paper twice because that equals 180 degrees, and you notice I check it at the end. The last type of transformation is reflection. Places points on the opposite side of a reflection line. The mirror image is a backwards copy of the original figure. The most basic description of a reflection is on a plane. You can see that our L is facing the opposite direction in the second frame. We just take that picture and it's almost like we flip it across an invisible line. That invisible line is known as the line of reflection. You can see it goes down the center of the frame. When reflecting on a grid, we're still flipping across that line of reflection, in this case line L. We're taking figure B to figure B prime. We're looking at each vertex and making sure it's the same distance away. So if we look at this corner, it is 1 unit above the line of reflection. The reflection is 1 unit below or 1 unit down. We're going to look at that with all points of the figure. You can use trace paper to help you check the reflection as well. and to make sure that it really was reflected across the line correctly. I often take my trace paper and fold it along the line of reflection so it's easier for me to see when the shape flips and pair it up with the image. We will now reflect polygon ABCD using line L as the line of reflection. Remember, a reflection is a mirror image of the figure. So I'm reflecting over line L. I'm going to check the distance that each vertex or point of my figure is compared to the line, and I'm going to move it in the opposite direction. As you can see, point C is 3 to the left of line L, so I'm going to move it 3 to the right, double checking, counting again, and then plotting the point. Again, I use my protractor tool as just a straight edge to make straight lines. Be sure to always use your trace paper as a tool to check to make sure you perform the transformation correctly. Hopefully this tutorial will help you when describing and performing translations, rotations, and reflections. Be sure to include all the important details. Thank you for watching.